Welcome, Mike here for Underground Video Network's Behind the Counter, and we are here at Stebbins CON 2016. And I'm walking around the con, and you know, I've been coming here for a long time, and once in a while, things catch my eye. To say this caught my eye, it was like almost like physically, you know, because I love horror movies, I love the macabre. Gentlemen, please introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Albert Smith, and I'm with Witch Doctor Films. I'm the director of our films and our audio dramas. And this?
I'm Matthew Parmenter. I'm producer of Witch Doctor Films. I find everybody for the films and you know, get the actors together and put a lot of the behind the scenes stuff together.
Let me ask you, what would you? It's pretty obvious, but let me ask you, what genre would you say your company falls under?
Well, actually, I think we have a variety of different things. We have anything from a family film to action to comedy, but our main focus is we really like grindhouse and exploitation. And I think you can see from our posters that we have like Nazi exploitation and horror and stuff like that. Just you know, we feel that our favorite movies come from like the 50s, 60s, and 70s, and we want to like emulate that in our art. So,
well, Dev shows, what would you say? Tell me about a couple of your movies. Let me ask you. I'm noticing. I'm noticing the young lady Nazi.
Oh, okay.
Now, something like that, just like, you know, jumps out at you.
That is actually from we made a couple of different fake trailers that we're not going to make movies of, and she comes from one called Hell's Pussycats. And Matt, you want to tell them a little bit about it?
Well, Hell's Pussycats is a takeoff on the Russ Meyer's film Pastor Pussycat Kill Kill. Mm-hmm. And with the beautiful Tara Satana, where that is, I mean, that's exploitation all over the place. But you know, how can you not love Russ with all the voluptuous women who were kicking butt? You know, they were doing that kind of stuff well before that became, you know, in style. You know, Tora was throwing guys, beating guys up. You didn't see that in films in the early 60s and 50s.
And this lady is actually the villain of the short trailer. Her name is Gertrude Jackson. She's the leader of the Black SS. And she has to fight these girls called the Hell's Pussycats. And they're led by a girl named Sadie Pussycat. She's on the cover of our Trailer Lounge DVD right there. And she looks a lot like Tara Satana and stuff, and has a lot of the same kind of action stuff that she does.
Yeah. Tara Holman, her family is originally from Iran, and I was like, wow, I wish we had an Asian gal that was playing Tora. And she goes, well, I'm from Iran. You know, my family's from Iran. I was like, oh gosh, I didn't know. So yeah, she was Asian. So it was interesting.
Well, let me ask you a little bit about your history, because I grew up, you know, like many people my age did, you know, wanting to be a filmmaker, you know, having that dream of, you know, like the 8mm camera. Mm-hmm. How did everything come about for you? How did you get your start?
Yeah, man.
Well, for me, I really never thought about doing film until I saw Albert was doing a lot of fan films and such, mm-hmm. and he did a video for an MTV competition, and I've always liked like horror, of course, but mm-hmm. But I was into Italian giallo. And you know, like your Dario Argentos, Lucio Fulci, you know, stuff like that. And I was, let's do a film, and then you think, well, it's just the surface. You just do the film, but then you gotta come up with the idea. You have to write it. You have to have somebody write it. You have to find actors. But you know, it was. But you learn the process. The first film we did was called Nailbiter, and it's about love from beyond the grave. A girl kind of goes into she has she gets bone cancer, takes an experimental drug, comes back and starts attacking people. But her husband, doesn't want to put her away or kill her or anything. So he's not exactly a strong character. So he's keeping her alive while she's killing people. So it's just in a typical type of horror type thing. But I hope I answered the question.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
We love it because for as great as the movies that have come out in the past 10, 12 years, there is something to be said about the grindhouse style, and you just don't see that much anymore. Everything just seems to be too clean and seems to be too polished and perfect, and it's great seeing that there's people like you that have an appreciation for the classic. And when I mean classic, I mean, like you said, grindhouse classics.
Elsa, stuff like that.
Yes.
I Spit on Your Grave. And the thing about that is those guys today, movies seem to be so bogged down by CGI, and a lot of the things are just the same thing over and over again thrown at you. And the great thing about the 60s and 70s and then the 50s, they didn't have a lot to work with, and so a lot of their imagination and creativity had to really be punched up for that stuff. And that's the thing I love about it.
It's almost like they knew they wanted to make a movie. It's like, well, what do we have available? Okay, we have all that stuff over there. Write me something with that stuff over there. And that's where a lot of the great stuff has come from.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Well, gentlemen, let me ask you, I would love for our viewers to be able to find your work. Where can they find your work?
Okay, we have a website, witchdoctorfilms.com, and we have a Facebook page also of the same name, Witch Doctor Films.
And you can contact us through our on our website, or you can contact us in Facebook.
Gentlemen, it has been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you. You too.
There you go. Thanks.
Thank you very
Appreciate
much.
it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.